Hi, everyone. My name is Sahil Nayak, and my presentation is on a review of the effects of AI on the semiconductor industry, with a specific focus on the three main competitors in this industry. I'm coming to you from the Bay Area, and my mentor for this project was Ethan Case. A quick introduction to the semiconductor industry. The rise of consumer AI products has had widespread effects across many different fields. As you guys probably know, ChatGPT, DALL-E, and a lot of other Gen AI and consumer AI tools have exploded in the last couple of years. And the semiconductor industry was largely impacted. NVIDIA saw the most immediate growth, but its competitors sustained significant impacts as well. What exactly are semiconductors? Semiconductors are materials that form the basis of computer chips. So basically, inside a computer chip, you have metals, for example, silicon, which is the most common material, and semiconductors help these chips run. So the companies in the semiconductor industry manufacture or design chips, and there are three main products. The CPU handles the normal day-to-day aspects of a computer. The GPU handles the more graphics-intensive and performance-intensive tasks. And the new product DPUs are meant to handle data in large data centers. Overview of the semiconductor industry. NVIDIA is the largest company in the semiconductor industry. It commands the largest semiconductor share, which mostly comes from its dominance over the GPU space. This company focuses on its GPU architecture to provide a variety of services, which often include high-performance tasks. Its primary competitors are AMD, Intel, Amazon, and Google. AMD focuses on a variety of products, mostly its GPUs and CPUs, and has started recently producing DPUs as well. It has inferior products to NVIDIA and Intel due to a lower research budget. However, its increased research into these three products has given it a slight edge to the other two. Its main competitors are NVIDIA, Intel, Lattice, and Microsemi corporations. Intel is the largest company by revenue, and this is mainly because it both designs and manufactures chips, so it has the largest market. Currently, it's in an economic downturn due to not following Moore's law, which is its own principle that states that every few years the amount of processors in a chip should double. However, in the last few years, Intel has failed to accomplish this principle due to a difficulty of adding more and more processors to its chips. So because of this, there has been a slight stagnation in its products, which has caused it to be in a downturn. Its main competitors are NVIDIA, AMD, Samsung, TSMC, and Apple. Other important companies in the semiconductor industry include Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. This is a company that solely manufactures chips and is an important partner to both NVIDIA and AMD. This is the biggest manufacturer in the space, however, it doesn't design any chips of its own. And then moving further down the supply chain is Applied Materials. This company provides the fabrication devices for manufacturing, so it supplies to TSMC and Intel. AI and its impacts on the semiconductor industry. So historically, AI was initially termed at the Dartmouth Conference in 1956. And this is where the idea of having a computing program that could solve the tasks at the same level of a human was first developed. However, this task was never really able to be implemented until recently due to a lack of computing power. As chips have become stronger and computing power has increased, new technologies, including Gen AI and consumer AI, has allowed AI to explode onto the consumer scene and has led to more development into AI. In the future, AI will have positive impacts in the semiconductor industry. AI is responsible for being able to provide faster chips and more efficient manufacturing due to having various benefits in the semiconductor manufacturing process. Alongside this, more applications of AI in the future will lead to higher demand for semiconductors, which will increase our resilience in the industry as well as increase demand and profit. Increase in the value of the semiconductor industry. NVIDIA. In the second quarter of 2023, NVIDIA's revenue over doubled, which was primarily due to its quick movement into making products that are specifically designed for AI applications. While its revenue from 2023 as a whole remained relatively constant, this is due to its more recent movement into the AI space. However, NVIDIA's share price skyrocketed to an all-time high. This is due to its rapid movement into the AI space, and because it was the first company into the space, many investors saw a huge opportunity into investing in it, causing NVIDIA's share price to skyrocket. AMD. Its second quarter revenue in 2023 declined slightly from 2022, but this was primarily due to supply issues. However, despite all of these issues, its 2023 still saw a gross profit of $10 billion. AMD's GPU segment has a lot of potential for growth, as AI usually uses the GPUs to run, and AMD is quickly moving into the space. Intel. Intel's second quarter revenue in 2023 declined from 2022, and its net revenue also declined between 2022 and 2023. As I said before, Intel is in a current downturn and is currently suffering from various losses, product stagnation, and manufacturing delays. However, Intel does show some sign of recovery, as it has performed significantly higher than estimates suggested, and there's still hope that Intel can return to profitability by the end of 2024. Industry regulations and geopolitical considerations. AI regulations are a significant factor that can limit the growth of the semiconductor industry. Lawmaking bodies have made a significant attempt to regulate AI. For example, the European Union passed the AI Act, which regulates data privacy. China has released a series of AI regulations over the last 3 years, which target AI recommendations, deep synthesis, and most recently, generative AI. While the US has had limited regulations right now, they are expected to expand in the future as AI ethics and data become more and more of a significant issue. Regulatory differences between countries. Different countries have different rules around the AI. As I said before, the European Union, China, and the US all have different policies surrounding the regulation. Because NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel all operate on a global scale, they would each have to comply to the various different regulations and rules of each country. And this could decrease the speed of innovation as time is taken away from research and development and put into trying to create products that can all follow the different regulations of different countries. Geopolitical considerations. General geopolitical considerations can affect the semiconductor industry, and these mostly refer to events that are outside of the control of the three companies. For example, the invasion of Ukraine caused the Russian market to close for NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. And since Russia is a relatively large company with a lot of technological applications, this is a significant market that closed off for these countries. In the future, a potential invasion of Taiwan would have drastic and terrible impacts on the semiconductor industry as a whole. Taiwan itself accounts for 90% of the world's highest performing chips. An invasion of it would cause this entire industry to collapse. TSMC specifically is located in Taiwan and therefore would have significant losses. And this would cause NVIDIA and AMD to lose their primary foundry partner. In conclusion, AI will only continue to benefit the semiconductor industry both financially and technologically. It has already brought forth numerous benefits in hardware and demand, but many factors will impact the magnitude of the growth of the industry, which include industry regulations and geopolitical considerations. However, one thing is certain: the semiconductor industry will continue benefiting from AI in the future. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. We have a few questions. The first, do you think there's a chance AI regulations could hurt the semiconductor industry in any way?
I do, yes. Because AI regulations have the chance to slow down the innovation of AI in general, as different programs have to take ethics into account. And because this may be a limiting factor for other companies of moving into the AI space, which will have a limiting factor of semiconductor industry, which tries to provide chips for these companies.
Thank you. Next question. What do you perceive as the most significant challenge facing the industry in integrating AI technology?
I believe in the industry, demand for the higher performing chips is going to be certain. However, in different applications require different chips and different performances. So if a lot of companies don't require the super high performance chips, this can be a challenge to the companies because they want to integrate their chips into the higher performance space because their high performance chips are more profitable. So if these high performance applications aren't necessary, this will be a challenge for the companies who will be forced to only sell their lower budget chips.
Thank you.